That it's great to have basketball back. Woo! All-Star Weekend is over. The double week is over. Got so much good stuff to get into. Nick's team is putting the league on notice. Record-setting week across the league. And is Alex's team slipping just a little bit? We'll find out. About to find out. Jump right in. Very close, but I did beat Jackson. Good matchup with you, Yaks on Yaks. Nick, just a massive fucking week. Really close matchup overall with Olsen, but Nick put the hurt in multiple ways this week. Got the dub. Tim laid the smackdown on Alec. Wasn't particularly close in any one category. Same goes with Sawyer versus Tom. Sawyer's team looking hot right now. And Chris got a fucking layup versus Drew in a dub. So, jumping in. Myself versus Jackson. Pretty tightly contested all week. Jackson may have made one ad drop and still kept it close. Meanwhile, I used all of mine and did all I could to beg and scratch to get it back. Thankfully, post All-Star break, did get Aaron Gordon marking him back. Holding on to Kevin Love for nearly a month and a half proved to be a bad choice, one that I've made in the past and will probably keep making again in the future, but dropped him as well. Got the W. Nobody had any highs for the week with my matchup with Jackson. I was 1 percentage off point from having the highest free throw percentage this week, something my team never does. I always am at the bottom or the very end in free throw percentage. But Jackson would have been 3-6, would have beaten Alec, Tom, and Drew. 10-game losing streak in last place, 0-10-1. I would say even in some of the matchups that Jackson would have lost this week, it would have been actually pretty close. It's just Nick, Tim, and Sawyer were just, and Olsen for that matter, were in another universe this week compared to everybody else. Myself clawed back into a playoff spot, would have been 6-3, only would have lost to Nick, Tim, and Sawyer. 1-game winning streak, record of 6-5. Basically, even though Chris's record looks different, we have the same winning percentage, both tied for 5th place with him. MVP of my week, kind of tough decision. Probably went with Sabonis, 507 from the field, 85 points, 51 rebounds, 41 assists, 3 double-doubles, 2 triple-doubles. Where it mattered was the triple-doubles, and the points needed them big time. Moving on to Nick and John. This was a banger of a matchup. Just Olsen put up season highs in like 5 categories, and it didn't even matter because Nick was outplaying him and didn't make a single fucking ad drop to add on top of that. Nick would have been 9-0. And it wouldn't have a little close with Sawyer and Tim, but still putting it out of the water on Nick. For instance, he set 2 records this week. 3-pointers made. He had 133 3-pointers. The previous record was 119 by Alec. He also set the points scored record with 1,130. I don't know what the previous total for that was. And he tied my total week rebound record of 402 rebounds. I set that back in 2015. Tied it. Didn't beat it, so my name's still on that fucking record. But still, just an incredible week for Nicholas. John, this one hurts, man. Percentages weren't all that close, Nick taking both of them, but Olsen, you put up 115 threes, you think you take that category. You put up over 1,000 points, you think you're going to win. 355 rebounds. That was second, or sorry. No, actually Chris and Sawyer and Tim had more than that, but still 355 rebounds. Hell of a total overall. 225 assists. You didn't win either of the stock categories. Blocks were semi-close. Turnovers 119 to 122. Only 1 double-double separation, but 3 triple-doubles for Nick. James Harden. Fuck him, but he's playing like an absolute god right now. I think once KD comes back, it'll eat into his stats a little bit. He's still going to put some stuff up, but I don't know if the nightly triple doubles is going to be a thing going forward. But we'll just have to see because KD's out at least one to two more weeks. MVP is going to be hard, and we'll get to his stats later. Like I said, Nick would have been 9-0. He's on a 5-game winning streak, tied for second place with Alec, record of 7-2-2, and his team is looking good. If he needs to start making ad drops, I don't know what the rest of us are going to do. Meanwhile, John would have been 4-4-1, even with that monster week. Would have lost to Nick, myself, Tim, and Sawyer, and he would have tied Chris. John on a 2-game losing streak in fourth place with a record of 5-3-3. On to Tim and Alec. This one looked like it was in Tim's favor from night one. Jokic and Westbrook doing absolute work. I think Westbrook may have had 5 double-doubles or 4. Just a banger week for Tim. Alec did win both of the percentages, but Tim won by nearly 23s, over 200 points, over 110 rebounds, 160 assist difference. Tim had the most assists in the league this week and the most steals, 75 steals. I looked at what the record was. It was either in the 80s or the 90s for steals. I think that was set by Tom, but I'd have to double check. But one weird thing, Tim's team just doesn't put up blocks ever. Like ever. 18 blocks this week. That's it. Not a lot. 127 turnovers, tied with Sawyer for the most this week. You guys were just a couple off from breaking my record of 133, so hopefully one of you fuckers will get there lately, so I don't have that anymore. Tim had 15 double-doubles. Good for second in the league this week. Just shows you how many crazy percentages we're going up. And tied for the most triple-doubles for Tim with 3. MVP for Tim is going to be the Joker. We'll also get to his stats later. Tim on a 3-game winning streak, 8-1, only would have lost to Nick. Record of 5-6, currently sits 1 game out of a playoff spot behind me. And wouldn't you know that Tim and I play each other next week. Meanwhile, Alec, only a 1-game losing streak, but would have been 0-9. He would have lost to fucking everybody, including Jackson and Drew. Bitch. Is Alec's team on a slide? No. Is he tied for second in the league? Yes, but whatever. He's gonna take these shots where we can throw them out. So Alec, you're on a slide. Better get your shit together. Next matchup, Sawyer versus Tom. This one looks like a good one. I think it was the Gold Star last week, but Sawyer just putting an absolute thrashing. Not a lot of 3-pointers for Sawyer's team. I feel like that's pretty consistent across his matchups every week. That might be a place some teams could look to pounce on him. But he had just enough to beat Tom, 83-78. Over 130 more points than Tom, over that 1,000-point mark. Second most rebounds in the league this week, 397, almost touching that record compared to 324, which is still a very high number for Tom. 258 assists for Sawyer, 60 steals won that category. Did lose blocks, even though he put up 48. Tom's team always getting those blocks. 127 to 124 turnovers, so that could have gone either way, but Sawyer winning the double-double matchup 14-8, along with 2 triple-doubles to boot, just wrapping it up and sending it home. Sawyer still in first place, 3-game win streak, only would have lost to Nick and Tim, record of 8-2-1, looking feisty and looking strong. Meanwhile, Tom falls out of a playoff spot, down to 8th place, 2-game losing streak, only would have beaten Alec and Drew this week. Record of 5-6. He is tied. He's tied with Tim for 7th place. Record of 5-6-0. No ties. Let me go back real quick. Tim set the record for most assists this week. 334. Don't know what the previous total was, but I would guess it was over 300. Still, good job, Tim. Final matchup: Chris versus Drew. Chris had the most double-doubles this week with 16 and had a generally good stat line, 935 points. 364 rebounds is a considerable amount. 199 assists is pretty good. 59 steals, 30 blocks, and a triple-double, but don't need too much when you're playing Drew. Drew had the highest free throw percentage and fewest turnovers. And as we can see, that gets you a lot of places in this league. Drew would have been 1-8, only would have beat Alec. 3-game losing streak, record of 1-9-1, comfortably in 9th place. Meanwhile, Chris, technically tied for 5th place with myself, would have been 4-4-1, would have lost to me, Nick, Tim, Sawyer, and Ty John. 2-game win streak, record of 5-4-2. Yahoo's number 1 ranked player of the week goes to Mr. James Harden, 493 from the field, 105 points, 44 rebounds, 47 assists, 8 steals, 4 double-doubles, 3 triple-doubles. Honestly, that's going to be my pick. Not going to pick against that, but I did put Jokic in my player of the week, 577 from the field, 150 points, 59 rebounds, 46 assists, 5 double-doubles, and a triple-double. Banging. Meanwhile, Yahoo's number 1 average player is going to Harden. 26.3 points, 11.0 rebounds, 11.8 assists, 2.0 steals, and averaged a double-double on the week. Some good stuff coming up in Week 12. We've got Alec versus Sawyer in the Gold Star matchup. That would determine whoever... I believe that would determine who's going to remain in first place, whether it's going to be Sawyer or Alex going to jump back up in there. Myself versus Tim in the Silver Star. Then we got Chris and Tom in the Bronze. Nick versus Jackson at the bottom. And a sorely needed win for Olson. John versus Drew. Good luck to none of yous.